Hello, NBA fans. Daily news about the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm a fan of the Lakers show and I hope you'll subscribe to the channel and give it a like. Marcus Smart is a great player, but he's had a history of injuries in recent years, and this is worrying Lakers fans. Yesterday, I learned that he has an Achilles tendon injury. Coach JJ Redick said his recovery will be short. But will Marcus Smart remain healthy for the entire season? Marcus Smart is dealing with an Achilles injury. Out for. It was a difficult summer for Boston Celtics fans. They watched core members of the 2024 title team walk out the door this offseason. It went from hard to envision Al Horford playing for another franchise to difficult to see him sticking around. Sure enough, he's now on his way to the Golden State Warriors. Unfortunately, the painful changes of scenery weren't limited to those who left the local club. Marcus Smart signed with the Los Angeles Lakers this summer. Upon doing so, the fiery floor general, who was once the heart and soul of the Celtics, shared the reaction he is expecting when he returns to Boston in a purple and gold uniform. "I'm expecting a lot of boos," said Smart at his introductory press conference in Los Angeles. "I'm expecting a lot of hate, and it's okay, I understand it." The start of Marcus Smart's Lakers tenure will have to wait. Unfortunately, the 31-year-old guard is dealing with an Achilles injury. That limited what he could do on the first day of training camp with his new team. Lakers coach JJ Redick says LeBron James, Gabe Vincent, Marcus Smart and Adou Thiero did not practice to open up training camp and are essentially day-to-day. The Lakers are being cautious with LeBron as he enters season number 23 and slowly building him up to start opening night. Marcus is dealing with a little Achilles tendinopathy, said head coach JJ Redick on the heels of Los Angeles's first practice. He's been in a slow ramp-up. He was a modified participant, nothing live today. We expect him to be fine by next week. Speaking at Media Day, Smart expressed his excitement about returning to the spotlight as he joins the NBA's most glamorous franchise. "I'm very excited to be here. I'm very excited to be back on the big stage," voiced the 11-year veteran. "These last 2 years have been rough from team to team. And then injuries compelled me from playing a lot of the time, so really this summer was just trying to get as healthy as I can. In the game of basketball, or any sport, it's hard to get back to 100%, but you try to get as close as you can, and that's the goal for me. It's definitely been a tough road, but being here, the comfort that I have, the way that this organization and my teammates have embraced me is definitely gonna help." After playing in 39 games over 2 seasons with the Memphis Grizzlies and then appearing in 15 tilts with the Washington Wizards after arriving at the 2025 trade deadline, Smart is eager to prove himself again on a team with championship aspirations. The former Defensive Player of the Year will make life easier for Luka Doncic on that end of the floor. He also gives Los Angeles another ball handler. That could create scoring opportunities for Doncic and LeBron James while taking some of the shot-creating burden off their plates, thanks to Smart's facilitating chops. It's a combination that makes Smart a good fit with the Lakers, as painful as that is for Celtics fans. However, both sides will have to wait to see that play out on the court. Jackson Hayes needs to prove he's a top-tier backup center for the Lakers to ignore the trade market. Should make a move for a QB, need more out of Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown? FTF. The expectations have changed for the Los Angeles Lakers and the pressure has thus grown immeasurably at every position. Luka Doncic is a superstar in his prime who has already led a team to the NBA Finals and will now look to solidify his legacy by becoming a champion. With this in mind, backup center Jackson Hayes has instantly found himself on the hot seat as a player who will need to prove whether or not he can anchor the second unit at a championship-caliber level. It's perhaps an unfair standard to set, but the Lakers have officially entered championship or bust territory. Doncic is in his prime, LeBron James is entering his 23rd season, and Austin Reeves is mere months away from potentially signing a lucrative new contract that will take him out of team-friendly territory. At this time next year, the Lakers' salary cap table could look considerably different, and the knowledge of how much more expensive it will be to contend will likely guide the front office. Hayes will be one of the players under the microscope as the backup center for a team residing in a place of uncertainty. The position is entirely unresolved, with all three of the members of the current depth chart eligible for free agency in 2026, DeAndre Ayton, Hayes, and Maxi Kleber. If Hayes is hoping to avoid spending the entire season on the hot seat, then a strong start to the 2025-26 campaign will be essential. Jackson Hayes must prove he can be a championship-caliber backup. Hayes is still just 25 years of age, but he's preparing for his third season with the Lakers and his seventh year in the NBA. That certainly dictates veteran status and poses the fair question of how much longer the team can wait for him to tap into his potential. Thankfully, Hayes began to look the part of a strong fit in Los Angeles during the 2024-25 season, when he contributed to a defensive resurgence. The tide has turned, however, as the Lakers have brought in another player who has found themselves instantly on the hot seat in Ayton. No longer is Hayes filling in for a Lakers team that traded Anthony Davis and failed to replace him during the 2024-25 season. Instead, Hayes is effectively becoming a part of a committee at center that is as heralded for its potential as it is questioned for its consistency. Ayton was the number 1 pick in the 2018 NBA draft and Hayes went number 8 in 2019, but neither secured long-term contracts this past offseason. Both are effectively playing for their future, with Los Angeles investing in their untapped potential but protecting itself from the possibility of disappointment. Whether fair or foul, both Ayton and Hayes were signed to contracts that make them eligible for free agency in 2026 due to the simple fact that the Lakers aren't quite sure what to expect from them. If Hayes steps up and proves to be an ideal backup center, then he'll be taken off of the hot seat and will get a new deal in 2026. If Ayton struggles and Hayes can't make up for the projected starter's inconsistency, however, they could both be replaced around the trade deadline. It's an unsettling truth, but the Lakers' uncertainty at center persists and both Ayton and Hayes will need to prove they can provide stability. Details emerge about Austin Reaves' next potential contract offer. Austin Reaves is about to start his 5th season with the Los Angeles Lakers, but it may be his last. Multiple teams are keeping a close eye on Reaves in case he doesn't sign an extension with the Lakers next summer. According to Dan Woik, he could be receiving a huge payday. Austin Reaves could reportedly receive offers of up to $40 million per season on his next contract, Woik reported. Reaves' next contract might be massive, and it may be with the Lakers. However, he might end up being out of their price range. The team doesn't want to lose Reaves, but they also know they have to be smart with their money. There will be a lot of competition to sign Reaves, but the Lakers will do everything they can to bring him a favorable contract. But they also know they can only do so much, and they cannot spend all of their cash on one player. This next season could be huge for Reaves. If he plays very well, this number will only go up, and he'll receive even better offers next summer. That'll make it much harder for the Lakers to compete and keep him. If he has some troubles and doesn't live up to the hype, his contract offers may not be as red-hot. Reaves has worked his way up to the third option in Los Angeles, and he has earned all the praise he's received. He is working hard to get a nice, healthy contract, and 2025-26 holds the keys to a massive salary. How Adou plans to prove his worth to Lakers in rookie season. Coming into the 2025 NBA draft, the Los Angeles Lakers only had the number 55 pick in the second round. However, on draft night the Lakers managed to trade up in the draft, acquiring the number 36 overall pick. The Lakers used that pick to select Adou from Arkansas, and as he prepares for his rookie season in the NBA, there is one particular skill he feels he can help the team with right away in defense. I see myself as somebody who can do that. Just being able to go in and give the team another push on the defensive side if needed, Hierro said during media day. Just being a physical defender and doing what I can on that defensive side, showing my motor. Unfortunately for Lakers fans, they will have to wait a bit to see Adou rookie debut this season. Hierro is still recovering from a knee injury he suffered back while he was still in college. During a media availability session on Tuesday, Lakers head coach J.J. Redick remarked that Hierro had surgery on the knee and is beginning his ramp-up process, as per Edwin Garcia of Silver Screen and Roll. Guerrero spent his junior year at Arkansas before declaring for the NBA draft. He originally committed to Kentucky and played 2 seasons for the Wildcats. But following John Calipari's departure and subsequent hiring as Razorbacks head coach, Guerrero entered the transfer portal and followed Calipari to Arkansas. During his lone season with the Razorbacks, Guerrero appeared in 27 games, including 26 starts, at a little over 27 minutes per game. He averaged a career-high 15.1 points, 5.8 rebounds, 1.9 assists and 1.6 steals with splits of 54.5% shooting from the field, 25.6% shooting from the three-point line and 68.6% shooting from the free throw line. While an exact timetable for Guerrero's return to the court is uncertain, he welcomed the possibility of playing in the G League with South Bay in order to get development reps in. "Yes, of course. I'm just happy to be here, happy to be in this position," Guerrero said. "So whatever they ask of me, I'll be ready to compete." Luka Doncic is very excited. JJ Redick is going to be his coach for many years. JJ Redick has signed an extension to be the head coach of the Lakers for years to come, and Luka Doncic is a fan. The Lakers didn't do any splashy moves this summer, but they did double down on their 2 most important people who will be at the center of all the success, or failures, that will be happening in LA, Luka Doncic and JJ Redick. Los Angeles made it clear that we are in the Luka era, signing Doncic to a 3-year, $165 million extension this offseason. Then the Lakers made an even longer commitment to their head coach. LA signed Redick to an extension this summer, a shocking revelation Lakers president of basketball operations Rob Pelinka made during his media availability prior to the start of training camp. Now, Luka and Redick will be tied together as the franchise enters this new era. The synergy between a superstar player and head coach is necessary for success. Currently, things are as good as ever between the duo. "I think the stability is amazing," Luka said at Media Day. "It was great to work with JJ. Hopefully, we can work until the end of my career. I just love him as my coach. He will tell you anything. He will tell you if you did something wrong, if you did something good. Just approach to the game with him, it's unbelievable, so I'm very excited that he's my coach. Loving a coach who wants to tell you what you might not want to hear is a great quality to have." Beyond his words, Luka has demonstrated that he is fond of Redick. He made an appearance on his podcast back in the day, and that was not a thing Luka had to do. Whenever an NBA player is willing to talk to any media in a non-required setting, it's a sign they, at the very least, respect them highly. With these 2 on the same page and signed long-term, Luka's desire for Redick to be his coach the rest of the way is a possibility. If they remain on the same page and committed, they'll have every opportunity for success and championships here in Los Angeles for years to come. The Los Angeles Lakers held their first practice on training camp on Tuesday, and LeBron James was among the players notable not on the floor. JJ Redick revealed after practice that James is dealing with minor nerve irritation in his glute, and considering the 40-year-old is entering his 23rd season, they are going to proceed with caution in training camp and the preseason. "It's probably a little bit longer of a ramp-up leading into opening night," Redick said. "Obviously in year 23, uncharted territory here. I felt, and in talking with the performance, staff, and LeBron, he probably did too much last year in camp. Which was great for me as a first-year head coach to get buy-in from him. But it will be a slower process with him leading into the first game. He's obviously got 22 years so far of wear and tear on the body, and he's dealing with a little bit of nerve irritation in the glute. So we're playing the long game with LeBron. No one has ever played 23 NBA seasons, so it's hard to compare James to stars of the past. What Redick is doing though is looking at how the Lakers handled everything with LeBron last year so they can learn from their mistakes and ensure he stays healthy in 2025-26. You'll hear me use this a lot, but it is uncharted territory. I don't think there's a blueprint for someone who's had this amount of mileage and this many minutes and has been asked to do so many things on both ends of the court. We asked a lot of him last year, we asked a lot of him to start the year in camp. So it's just working as a partnership to try to figure out what's best." Redick added that James is on board and everyone is on the same page about the plan. It remains to be seen if that plan includes playing in any of the Lakers' 6 preseason games, however. It would be nice. It would be nice, for sure, Redick admitted. We would love to have that happen. And if it doesn't, we'll just make it work. Like Redick said, it would be great if LeBron played in the preseason to build chemistry with Luka Doncic and the other starters. Being healthy for the regular season is more important though, of course, so it makes sense to be cautious with James. LeBron James discusses training camp plan. LeBron James echoed JJ Redick when he spoke on Lakers Media Day about his plan for training camp and the preseason. It remains to be seen, James told ESPN when asked about his planned participation in training camp and the preseason. Obviously, I want to be out there as much as I can, but we know where I'm at, and the coaching staff knows where I'm at as far as me getting to a place where we're all good as far as getting on the court. It's year 23 from me. I got a lot of miles on my game. I've trained throughout the course of the offseason, but just my presence is going to be important as well. Making sure that even if I'm not on the floor, I'm always in tune to what we're doing so I know what's going on at all times. So, just looking forward to that.